Welcome to Still Moment Studio. My name is Paula. Today I'm going to take you through a time-lapsed color demo of this painting right before me. For Caucasian, white, or Northern European skin tones, you use a lot of water and very little pigment. And mostly for this skin, this kind of peach skin tone, you use Cadmium Yellow and Alizarin Red. Thanks for joining me, and let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm adding a layer of Cadmium Yellow with Alizarin Red, like I said, and then I'm going to blot off lighter areas with a paper towel so that I can get two values right at the beginning very fast, and I'm going to do this for the whole face. I keep going back to my water basin because I need a lot of water to create this very soft, pale skin tone. So even though I have the color mixed up in the wells already, I need to keep that water mixture pretty high and keep it very watery. Again, blotting off to create those lighter skin values. Next, Cadmium Yellow with Alizarin Red to create even more of an orange tan mixture here. And then softening the edge of that last layer with a bit of water. Here I'm using a damp brush to reactivate the paint in this area so I can lift off with a paper towel along his upper forehead and then also along his temples, and I can give a little bit of a lighter shade over there. Also along the jawline, I'm using a damp brush to scrub at the paper, reactivate the paint itself, and then lift it off. It does matter what paper that you're using. If you do this too aggressively on watercolor paper, it will possibly damage or cause the layers of the paper to start to separate from one another, so you do need to be careful doing this technique. If your paper is 100% cotton rag, it's a lot more durable and it allows you a lot more freedom to scrub, lift off, really work at your paper. And then Alizarin Red and Cadmium Yellow even more into a pink tone. Here I'm softening the edges along the right-hand side with a bit of water. Here I'm using that same mixture on his lips, Alizarin Red and Cadmium Yellow. Just creates a very nice, soft, natural skin color. And then I'm going to go ahead and use that same mixture a little bit darker now, which just means less water on areas of his skin. So a second value, a little bit deeper and a little bit richer. Here I'm using Cadmium Yellow, Alizarin Red, Burnt Umber, and Cobalt Blue. Then adding a bit of water to make sure I keep a consistent light shade to create a shadow in the sides of his face, cheeks, and neck. Now I'm using yellow ochre and ultramarine blue to create a dusty hair color. Yellow ochre, burnt umber, ultramarine blue, and a bit of black to create various shades for the darker hair strands. permanent rose and cobalt blue with just a touch of black to create the color of the glasses. And then I'll use a second shade of that, even darker, so a little less water, to create a darker value. And then I'll also use a little bit of black in there as well to really just create a very crisp, sharp line on his face. Cobalt blue with a touch of black to create a very soft blue-gray color for his eyes. Cadmium yellow with alizarin red to finish off the skin tones under his eyes. Cobalt blue for the eyes. And then cobalt blue with more black. And black for the pupil. And then even further into the black with just a bit of cobalt blue for the shadow underneath the eyelid. So now I just need to finish up the shadows and some of the details. So I'm using a combination of burnt sienna, cobalt blue, and black for some of the shadows. Here I'm using cadmium yellow, alizarin red, burnt umber, and cobalt blue. Burnt sienna mixed with black. Alizarin red and cadmium yellow. Alizarin red, burnt sienna, and a touch of black for the darker shades on his lips and the sides of his mouth. Burnt umber and black for his eyebrows in 2 different values. This is the same color I used in the glass frame, so permanent rose and cobalt blue. Cadmium yellow, alizarin red, and cobalt blue at the edge of his mouth and some of those nice shadows in there. And then I touched some of that also up in the eyes. Burnt umber and black for his eyelashes, and also some of the detailing around the eyelids. Very soft touches of that skin tone of Alizarin Red, Cadmium Yellow, and Cobalt Blue, and then the same skin tone, Cadmium Yellow, Alizarin Red, with Ultramarine Blue instead for underneath the neck, and that just helps to push the neck a little further away and help the face to pop a little bit further out, to use a darker, a cool blue like Ultramarine Blue. Yellow ochre with Ultramarine Blue in a very watery shade. I hope you've enjoyed this painting process with me. As you could tell from the demo, the basic trick to painting this pale of a skin tone is to use very watered down pigment. That is the number one trick. And I've also found that Cadmium Yellow and Alizarin Red are the most natural combinations to create that natural peach color. So if you're interested in the paint colors or brand that I use, I've listed those over on my website and I left the link down below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.